childhood, but as a young man,
Young
studied
Musiala.
electrical engineering at
Origi.
Guru Nanak Dev. The funeral will happen in my youth.
Let's go.
That's a translated line from one of
Hi
Indian
guys,
rappers, Sidhu.
welcome back. Today I'm checking out who is Musiala. Let's check out about Musiala's life, his career. Let's look at I've reacted to a lot of his songs, but I want to check out who Musiala is exactly. Let's go.
Musiala's latest singles, The Last Ride. Heartbreakingly, only weeks after that song's
Let's go.
release, those lyrics would take on unforeseen meaning when their author was gunned down in an organized slaying. On Sunday, this 28-year-old rapper was driving near his village in Punjab state when he was ambushed and shot at dozens of times. According to reports, 8 bullets would find their mark.
That's mad.
Musiala would be dead before he ever got to the hospital. With music that touched on the themes of violence, bravado, and machoism, particularly with respect to Punjabi men, Walla was an outspoken individual whose passing has left many with an empty feeling in their hearts. And now his fans are struggling to come to terms with the controversial circumstances revolving around his death. Who ordered the attack on Sidhu Musiala, and what complicity do the local authorities have in what went down? We'll investigate that and a whole lot more as we take a look back at the life and...
I want to see this. I actually want to know. I want to do people know who actually killed Musiala? Like, do people know that? Is it like a gang? Is it? I don't know. What happened?
Career of one of rap music's most promising young stars, taken far too soon in this latest edition of Before They Were Gone.
Let's see. Go on, bro. Forgotten.
Sidhu Musiala was born Shabdeep Singh Sidhu on June 11th,
Shabdeep,
1993 to a
okay.
Sikh family in a small village known as Moose in the Mansa district of Punjab, India.
I know that.
Not a whole lot is known about this man's childhood, but as a young man,
Young
he studied
Musiala.
electrical engineering at
Origi.
Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College in Ludhiana, where he went on to earn his degree. My apologies for that pronunciation. Soon afterwards, he began to travel abroad, landing in Brampton, Ontario in 2016. That's where his life and career really began to take off. Having been an avid fan of hip-hop since the 6th grade, Musiala was influenced heavily by listening to his favorite rapper, Tupac Shakur.
I know that.
Then developing his skills at the musical academy known as Harvinder B2 in Louisiana. Upon arriving in Canada, Musiala would begin to put those skills into action, kicking off his career by writing the lyrics to the Punjabi artist known as Ninja's hit song, License. Following his first real taste of the music industry, Musiala introduced the world to his own voice with his debut single, G-Wagon, in 2017.
I have to check that out.
He would truly break through and garner international attention until he dropped So High, a collaboration with Toronto-based music producer Big Bird.
I like So High. So High. I think was So High the first song I reacted to. I think it was either So High or The Last Ride. I've reacted to more than, I think, 30 Musiala songs. So go check them out. We'll check them out after this.
Drawing heavily from his aforementioned love for gangster rap, Musiala's music heavily involved all the mainstays, talking about fast cars, gritty opulence, and yes, a whole bunch of gun violence. To many, his music offered a type of commentary on the dark underbelly of the rural heartland from which he emerged, something that few other Punjabi artists were willing to broach. He became especially popular among the Indian and Punjabi diaspora in countries like the UK and of course Canada. As such, most of his songs do have English titles, even though the songs themselves are largely performed in Punjabi. As his career exploded, he became lauded for his slick music videos and his 2018 debut album, PBX1, which would make it all the way on Canada's Billboard Albums chart. At the same time he was blowing up in his adopted country of Canada, back home his voice would blare from DJ turntables all throughout Delhi and even to rural India when he was especially prevalent on nearly every possible radio channel broadcast in Punjab. As he continued to release a string of projects with titles like Snitches Get Stitches, and No Name, his star would explode in faraway places like the UK, where he was named one of the best new artists of 2020 by The Guardian. But Musiala wasn't only content to settle for a career in hip-hop. To begin with, he made his acting debut for Punjabi cinema with the film Yes, I Am a Student, which was produced by his own production company.
What? Yeah, the movie. I'm gonna have to watch the trailer. I'm gonna have to do a reaction to the trailer. I wanna see this.
Known as Jat Life Studios. He would subsequently go on to star in a few other films, most notably the action picture Musa Jat. With his celebrity continuing to increase day by day, Musiala decided his next step would be to throw his hand into running for public office by joining India's Congress Party and running in the state's assembly elections. At the time he stated, "I am not entering politics for status or to earn praise. I want to become a part of the system to transform it. I am joining the Congress to raise the voice of the people." He would garner somewhere around 36,000 votes, good enough for second place.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Especially someone that has no experience in politics at all. And I know he was getting to politics to help his people. Do you get me? He was sick of all the corruption and the things that was going on. And he was trying to help. It's crazy, man.
During the February state elections, and although he lost, his popularity continued to thrive, especially in his home village, whose betterment he constantly sought, telling those who voted for him, "This is why I chose to be known not by my name, but by that of my village." But only about 3 months later, following his defeat, Musiwala would be gone. On Sunday, May 29th at 4:30 p.m. local time, Musiwala left his home, got into his Jeep along with 2 other people, and took off. About an hour later, 3 other vehicles, one behind him and 2 alongside, would box Musiwala in and unleash over 30 rounds into the victim's car. Musiwala and his passengers were rushed to the Civic Hospital in Mansa, where he would be declared dead on arrival. On the following day, one of his passengers had succumbed to their wounds as well. Only a day prior to the attack, Punjab's government had actually pulled security cover for more than 400 individuals, including Musiwala.
Why?
In an attempt to clamp down on what they referred to as VIP culture, but this move would spark controversy.
That makes no sense. But you know his life is in danger. You know a lot of people didn't like him. You know that. So why would you pull the security? Don't understand.
After the names of the people on the list were leaked to social media, with some pointing out that this naturally could have led to an increased threat on their lives. In the hours following the attack, a Canada-based gangster known as Goldie Brer, an alleged member of the Bishoni gang led by Lawrence Bishoni, would claim responsibility for what happened.
Oh, really?
This would lead the local authorities to believe the murder was a result of a rivalry between Musiwala and this organized crime group. In a statement to Facebook, Goldie Brer would write, "Musiwala was working against us. Delhi police had taken his name, but Musiwala used his political power and saved his skin each time." Musiwala's family has denied these accusations and taken issue with the Delhi police.
Someone came out and said they did it and nothing happened. Or can someone please tell me? You guys tell me in the comments what is going on. I'm confused.
Suggesting that the police are just not doing their job properly by simply latching onto this claim. In the middle of all this, protests would erupt in several parts of the state as the singer's fans also expressed their dissatisfaction with how this crime is being handled, leading to the state's chief minister to order a high court level investigation as to what exactly happened here. Meanwhile, across the world in Surrey, British Columbia, home to Canada's second largest Asian population, several hundred people gathered for a vigil to commemorate the start.
So young, man. He's only 29, man. 28 going 29.
Shows were generally chock full of gigantic security concerns. For instance, in 2019, the Surrey RCMP did a public safety assessment before ultimately determining that Musiwala's performance would have to be cancelled, citing instances of stabbing at a former Surrey concert as well as gunshots fired while Moose was performing at a Calgary event. But whatever the authorities may have to say about Musiwala or the type of crowds that he draws, his fans feel wholly different, with the organizer of the Surrey Vigil telling CBC he was a very popular star, a very gentle star. He was on the top of his career now, and he is no more. So that's a very heartbreaking thing. Man. His fans aren't the only ones laminating this loss either, as Musiwala is also being grieved by his fellow artists like Canadian Indian hitmaker Nav, who shared a recent conversation he had with Walla upon hearing about his death. Even Drake paid tribute to the fallen artist with a post to his IG stories, sharing the simple sentiment, "R.A.P. Moose." It remains to be seen what the investigation into his death will uncover, but stay tuned to our news feeds to find out more as it breaks. As for right now, we simply want to offer our condolences to Musiwala's family and his millions of fans. And I mean, obviously we do film these videos in Toronto, which is not that far away from Brampton, and I personally do know people that were affected by this tragedy, so, you know, it really is an awful thing. His star burned brightly for only a short period of time, but it won't ever be forgotten. Rest in peace, Sidhu Musiwala. You will be missed. My name is Clyde Smith, and I'll see you guys in another video.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Musiala, man. R.I.P. man. So sad, man. So sad. Such a young man. It just shows you life. You know, in this life, man. Envy, hate. It goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. And this is why I like to do a lot of reactions of Musiala, because I like him. He's someone that I wish I had known way a long time before he died, you know. But yeah, it's so sad. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to see more of this, yeah. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.